This is the Thursday edition of the Newsish Roundup, bringing you news and happenings of Eastern Oregon. Thank you to our sponsors, Grande Hospital, Northwest Furniture and Mattress, and EONI.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Bree Troutman.
And I'm Alex McCadden. As you may know, during the late winter here in the Grand Ronde Valley, a large herd of elk, around 700 in number, began hanging out in the farmers' fields between the Grand and Cove. While they are beautiful and fun to observe, their foraging and trampling on farmers' land has been very destructive. Recently, County Commissioner Paul Anderes and farmer Tim Wallender talked to us about the cost to producers, as well as legislation at the state level that may help mitigate some of the damage caused by the elk.
The matter came to the Union County Commissioners early February, just after, I believe it was the second of the big storms, and just after the release of the video from Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife showing a herd of in excess of 700 elk on Red Pepper Road. We've received multiple, and I counted the other day, and I'm into multiple dozens of complaints from agricultural producers, from damage ranging from haystack damage. Through this process for me, I've been working with Representative Barretto, who's got a bill in front of on the House side of the Oregon legislature. After testimony subsequent of that, I was asked to be on the elk task force. Yesterday I went down to Salem and worked on a committee, and we're making some pretty good progress on that. On the Senate side, there's a similar bill introduced by Senator Hansel, and that one, in my opinion, is not getting a lot of traction on the Senate side. I think our hope for management tools will be coming out of the House side. Representative Brad Witt is the chair of the Natural Resources, and he's been very open to suggestions and solving the problem.
I have come to the commissioners and addressed our concerns about the elk being on private property in the valley floor, the damages that I'm hearing from other producers, including ourselves, are haystack damage during the winter months. What I call traffic as the elk move across the fields in the freeze and thaw cycle, the actual traffic hazard of crossing roadways and so on. So, as producers, I think we're all concerned for the welfare of the elk. That's probably one of the things that I hear from other people, and that, of course, we don't want to have them on our property and feed them.
Watch for the full interview about the elk right here on the Grande Live.
After a short hiatus, here is Around the Mountain with Ian and friends from the EOU Sports Department.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Around the Mountain. This week we'll cover all the happenings in EOU spring sports, and then we're going to have an interview with EOU men's basketball's Peter Eke to talk with him about his Dreamers Without Boundaries campaign. First, in track and field, Devin Lewis Allen was named the CCC's Men's Track Athlete of the Week for his efforts in the 400-meter dash. Lewis Allen won the event at the War 12 meet with a time of 48.57 seconds, besting some Division I and Division II athletes. The Mountaineers had some other top marks, including Corey Sledge's auto-qualifying mark in the men's pole vault of 4.75 meters. Softball went 2-2 on the road at the College of Idaho, who is receiving votes in the NAIA Top 25 poll. The Mountaineers won Game 1 thanks to a 2-run home run in the 6th inning by Sarah Bonner. EOU then won Game 4 by a 3-1 score as Lauren Spencer threw a complete game. The Mounties next host Providence this weekend at home on Friday and Saturday. Now we will talk with EOU men's basketball's Peter Eke and learn more about the second year of his Dreamers Without Boundaries campaign.
I started the Dreamers Without Boundaries campaign because of a kid like me 6 to 7 years ago when I went to a camp like what I'm putting on right now. And I was able to get some gears and stuff like that that helped me continue to play basketball and also to give back to my community. Absolutely, especially with playing basketball. For me, playing basketball is a blessing. There's never any kind of right. It's a blessing from God. And with the coach that I have and the rules that we have in the team, one of them is giving more than you take, and help others, we can help you back. And so things like that resonate with me and has made me want to give back to my community as much as I can. So last year was a success for the first time. We raised over $3,000. We collected 150 pairs of shoes, over 150 pairs of shoes. And fortunately, we weren't able to ship back those shoes because the funding wasn't enough to support us to ship back all those shoes. And plus also, we also printed t-shirts and stuff like that, which we gave out to the kids. So this year, we're hoping to raise more money that will help us ship all the shoes as much as we can to the kids. Well, first of all, me going back to Nigeria last year was the first time me going back home after 6 years of coming here since 2012. So it was a huge blessing for me and my family. We got to share moments together. It was a lot of emotional moment, but moreover, my main purpose of going home was to put on this basketball camp. And my family, they will tell you to this day that I did not do good in terms of coming back home and not giving them my time and all that kind of stuff, because when I got home, it was all about the camp. I was out of the house, trying to get things together and make sure that the kids were well taken care of. Well, I learned a lot from going back. Especially gratitude. It just affirmed to me why I do what I do, why I am where I am. It's because of opportunity that was granted to me 6 years ago to come over to the United States and play basketball. And seeing kids that were in the same position that I was 6 years ago just helped me. It motivated me personally to want to do more for them. Yes, absolutely. So last year, we didn't have girls in the camp. A lot of girls who I knew who played basketball are coming up right now, reached out to me and wanted to get in the camp last year, but because it was the first year and the planning and raising funds, everything didn't go as planned, we decided not to add in girls last year. So this year, I'm really excited because we're going to be having girls in the camp, and they are all extremely elated. I just can't express how I feel about having a camp that is, all inclusive, boys and girls, and being able to encourage them to continue dreaming. My goal for this year's campaign is to be able to raise as much funds as I can and collect as much shoes as I can, because last year we weren't able to ship all the shoes back, and this year the goal is to be able to ship all those shoes back and be able to house these kids, feed them for the 3 days that the camp is going to be going on, be able to have basketball gears for them. Like last year, we were able to purchase basketball shorts. You can see the shirt that I'm wearing. This is what they had on all 3 days of the camp. And we were able to purchase what you call bibs, which was used to differentiate the teams in the camps. And we also got stuff like the cones and basketballs, and the coaches who came and helped, who volunteered and helped, they were also fed and housed also. So the goal this year is to be able to do that again and be able to raise much more money. So these shirts, this was for last year, and the one for this year is coming out, and we are doing a fundraiser this year whereby we're trying to raise as much money as we can, and we're trying to sell these t-shirts. So if you want to own a pair of these t-shirts, please make sure you get to the links below and get to my Instagram page. You get information on how to purchase these t-shirts and how much the t-shirt is, and you will also get information on when the fundraiser is going to be, and it's going to be here in Grande, Oregon, at Eastern Oregon University. You can help support this campaign, 2019 DWB campaign, by donating to the GoFundMe page, by reaching out to family and friends and sharing the links to the GoFundMe page, and just getting the word out. I believe that if people know more about it, they will know that it is a good cause, and it's all about giving back to kids and encouraging dreamers to continue to dream. So you can also as well donate shoes, fairly used shoes. It could be new, and these are for girls and for boys. So whatever you can get your hands on is gonna be a huge help towards making this campaign and this year's camp a success.
Thank you to everyone for watching this episode. We'd also like to give a special thanks to Peter Eke for everything he does. If you'd like to donate or learn more about the campaign, please follow the link in the description of this video. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Continuing this Saturday, the City of LaGrande is proud to partner with the LaGrande Literacy Alliance and Northeast Oregon Economic Development District to present Read Together LaGrande. Every Saturday in April, a community leader will read to children ages 4 through 8 at the Cook Memorial Library. All readings will start at 10:30 a.m. and will be followed by a short activity. Each reading will have a theme related to the reader's profession. This week, the reader will be Mr. Steve Clements, Mayor of LaGrande. The following week will be Mrs. Janelle Zamora, speech pathologist at Grande Hospital. And the last Saturday of the month will be Mr. Les Thomas, the fire chief for the City of LaGrande.
Thank you, Eastern Oregon, for watching. Be sure to like and share our content, and if you have any interesting or breaking news stories, please reach out to us on Facebook. I'm Alex McCadded.
And I'm Bree Troutman. We'll see you next week on the News Roundup.